matchup, a clash of top 10 teams as these two will get their oil checked early. It's the Notre Dame Fighting Irish and the Oklahoma Sooners. Reese Davis, David Pollock, and Jesse Palmer with you. Let's say hello to our friend Howie Rowe on the sideline.
The Notre Dame head coach told me before the game, this is a concerning crowd. You know, every time we're here, it's one of the best atmospheres in all of college football. The coach said they will have to communicate at a high level. They have worked with crowd noise all week at practice. We'll see if it pays off here today. Guys?
Thank you, Holly. Really looking forward to this matchup. The Sooners ready to kick it away first. The kickoff bounces through the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. They challenge this crowd to bring the energy, and I'd say they're doing that. Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walton. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Here's Carr to throw. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that first down marker.
Well, the defense playing zone coverage there. They're taking away all of the QB's primary options down the field, so he has to check it down to the drag running underneath.
Ball sitting right at the 30. It'll be third and short. To the air. It's Carr. Under fire. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. The Irish send out the punt unit. He'll take it on the return. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Keeps it on first down. Stopped in the backfield. He's going to lose 3 yards on the play.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. They'll run play action. Fires to the wideout. Fires it incomplete. They've got to come up with a... He might want another play. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to turn one loose downfield. Tight coverage and an incomplete pass. The defense knocks it away and forces a 4th down.
3rd and long situations are really hard to convert. The defense knows it's going to be passed. The pass rushers are getting upfield. You're under pressure. You don't have timing. And as a result now, 4th down.
He will not make a fair catch. Field the punt and bring it back. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. Here come the Irish back on offense. They went 3 and out on their first possession, now to see if they can be more productive this time around. And the defense snows him under after a very short game. Here's why this one's so much fun, guys. Early in the season, sort of a proving ground type of game for a couple of squads that believe they could win it all.
And we've heard so much in this offseason, right, about both of these teams and top 10 teams preseason. Now you get a chance to prove it. Like, now you get a chance to see who are the dudes on the squad. These are always fun early in the season, Jesse.
Yeah, it's going to be fun to find out what these teams are about because we've seen both teams beat up on weaker competition. We know they're both very talented, but let's see good against good and find out what they are.
The Sooner fans booming. A cacophony of noise at the Palace on the Prairie on 3rd down. Now here's Carr. Pocket breaking down. He lets one fly deep. Upstairs to make the catch. What a play to get it inside the red zone, and they are set up at the 17.
And, man, if you want to make big plays down the field, that's how it's done. It starts up front with the offensive line, and he had so much time to go through his progressions and then go through it again, man. So much time in the pocket. He delivers the big play down the field. Kudos to that offensive line right there.
Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Trying to impose their will with the run. Headed to the end zone. Runs it into the house. Touchdown, Fighting Irish.
That's a nice job by the offense there in their second drive. I know in the opening possession you go 3 and out, you're scratching your head. That didn't obviously go the way you wanted to, but a good job of sort of collecting yourselves, going through the next couple play calls and making sure everybody's back on the same page. We saw this offense, David, on this drive really be in sync and finally find the rhythm.
You got to like the answers, right? Like sometimes you come out, sometimes you're situated and you're ready to rock and roll and it comes out hot. Sometimes it doesn't, but I like the response. Their defense does their job, gets them the football back. They come out, execute. Nice job getting on the scoreboard.
And he's not going to take a knee. Here he comes. Pulled down at the 18, and the decision to bring it out of the end zone was not a good one. So here comes the Oklahoma offense. They really didn't move the ball at all the last time they had it, hoping for better fortune this time around. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Here's the heat. Find some time. A little more space. Open up that playbook even more as they pick up the first down out to the 30.
This is why everybody grows up and wants to be an offensive coordinator and not a defensive coordinator, because he can do that. He drops back. He's supposed to pass, but you know what? I'll just scramble around, and I'll just go get plenty of yards and pick him up and put him down, and I'm faster than...
Makes a grab and room to run. Across midfield and out of bounds at the 49. A big pickup there.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands, and I think if you're on offense, you move him around, and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
And the Sooners, right after the huge play through the air, back to the line. The RPO, it's complete. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. The last completion got him 6. Now it's 2nd and 4. The give from the gun. Dragged down, but they'll move the sticks for a first down. There's always been a lot of flash and sizzle to the Oklahoma offense, but it's built on being tough.
Yeah, and especially the great teams. The great teams that you think about in Oklahoma past, the ones that were in the national championship or in the playoff, those are teams that could run the football, be physical. It all started there.
The Sooners come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Off the play fake on first down to throw. Pressure coming. He'll pull it down. Able to get just a few before sliding to avoid the hits.
Hey, listen, it's important at that position to be able to be good off schedule. Everything's easy when it's on time. You can get the ball out. But when things break down and they get off schedule, you've got to have a guy back there that can make the right decisions. He did exactly that.
Here comes the offense on second down. Rides the back and leaves it. Noses ahead to the 30-yard line, a pickup of 1. We've come to the end of the period, and Notre Dame has the lead. 1 period in the books, and let's take a look at the stats. Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter. So they go back to work after the break, and it is third down. This is a designed run. He's got enough for the first down. They'll spot him at the 24-yard line.
If I'm building an not around a quarterback that can't run, I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball, because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
It just didn't seem like the quarterback and his intended target were on the same page there.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
All right, you got to be careful here if you're the quarterback, right? Back-to-back incompletions. You've had a nice drive. You're still in field goal range, though. Think about this. You cannot take a sack. That has got to be what the play caller is reminding his quarterback about in the headsets right now. If it's not there, throw this thing away, because we've got a chance to at least get 3 points here.
And we've already seen it a couple times now. Like, he is more than willing and actually quick. He's quick to get those puppies moving and get out the pocket and go scramble and make a play. If this defense is paying attention, his feet is a big part of this game plan.
And he missed it. No good. And they couldn't cut into the lead. It's still a 7-point game.
And sometimes I just feel like fourth down, man, just go for it every time. Like, the field goal miss-make rate. And listen, kickers have improved the last couple of years, but you left some points off the scoreboard there.
They'll run the counter. Got a little grass. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
When you run these counter-type plays, you're getting extra offensive linemen pulling at the point of attack, opening up a crease for that running back to gash the defense.
Gonna run it. It's Mobley. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Awesome job up front by this defensive line, being so good at the point of attack and eating blocks, eating some double teams that allows these linebackers to run free, unencumbered, and get to the football.
Last play was a near disaster, now dealing with 2nd and 13. Carr. Tight end finds a soft spot. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
And when you start to develop a feel as a tight end that you can feel the zones and the holes, man, you start to become unstoppable. Nice job. QB on the same page, sees his tight end break towards the sidelines, finds the hole in the zone, delivers a strike. Nice completion, nice communication there without saying a word.
Running inside, it's Walton. And he does a really nice job finding open space and making a good gain before the stop is made.
And winning first downs is a priority for a defense, and you can't get bludgeoned. You can't get physically beat at the point of attack. You know the percentages. It's usually pretty good on first down that they're going to run the football. So them getting that big chunk, getting in second and short, not a good job by this defense.
And it's incomplete, going for the massive explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Unloads to the wideout. Working on the right. Now well within striking distance as that third down play gets them a first at the 29. Notre Dame comes to the line, that last completion giving them a fresh set of downs. Here's C.J. Carr to throw. Hit hard just as he released it on first down and just couldn't get it to the receiver.
Well, this defense knew they had a tall task playing against this Heisman caliber quarterback, and the best way to affect him is with pressure. They were able to hit him on that play, and that forced the incompletion.
So now it's second and long. To the air again, Carr. He's got it. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they take it in for 6 more points.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
And the extra point pushes the lead to 14. They march 78 yards down the field, and they covered the final 29 yards with that touchdown pass. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Makes the quick grab. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage, but you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
They're dealing with a second and long. To the air, it's Mateer. They'll throw it to the back on the screen. They'll stop him just short of the first down marker on the screen. They're at their fastest tempo trying to get off this third down play. The play action fake. Here comes the heat. He slides past the sticks. That'll be enough to convert the third down.
On the third play of the drive, third down, it's the scrambling ability of this quarterback that goes and picks up the first down. He was so calm back there. He never got flustered. Nobody open, no problem. If you give this guy 1 yard to run, he's going to tuck it and take off, and that's exactly what happened there.
Looking to throw on first down. Looking left. And it's incomplete, deflected, knocked away by the D.
Bad news on that play, it's an incompletion. The good news is the quarterback knew if his guy wasn't going to catch it, nobody was with that ball landing out of bounds.
Backed up now, here's second and long. After the incompletion, back to the passing game. This time he's got his man.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offense's success.
On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down.
And I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory.
Hold on a minute. The offense still out there going for it in their own territory. On 4th down, looking to pass. Trying to make magic on the scramble. He's got enough for the 1st down, and they roll the dice and convert to keep this drive going. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. They have been stagnant on offense, but finally a little forward movement as they've got a 1st and 10. Might be calling a hot route. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. And he's all bottled up, and now it's worse. The ball's loose. Defense got it. They're on the run. He's running free down the middle. Takes it in. Touchdown, Irish. These guys are really hitting their stride in week 4 as they push out that lead.
Defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
And the extra point was good. He'll bring it out. It's Sategna. That gamble did not pay off as they bring him down at the 12-yard line. They'll try to put a drive together, starting from their own 12. Back to pass. It's Mateer. Throws to the wideout. Got his man downfield. Oh, he found the space on the right. The 20. The 10. Into the house. Touchdown, Oklahoma!
And that's exactly what the offense needed right there. A touchdown here, and I know it's taken a while. They hadn't had a lot of success up until that moment. Late in the 2nd quarter, they finally were able to punch one in the end zone, and that's going to give them some confidence now to take into the locker room here shortly at halftime, but they've got to play much better in the 2nd half.
And after the extra point, they're now down 21-7. That one bounds through the end zone, and it'll be a touchback. So let's see how they play it in this final 30 seconds of the 1st half. The run inside. It's Mobley. Picked up a few on that run, but this defense able to keep him contained here late in the half. The Fighting Irish call their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before the half. 8-yard pickup on 1st down leaves them with 2nd and short. On the ground, it's Walton. He's got enough to move the chains and convert, but we'll see if they're content to just let this clock run here late in the half.
And I like the thought process on offense here early in this game. They're giving their bell cow the ball early enough. And there are a lot of coaches that outthink themselves, and they think, you know, we're going to throw the ball to set up the run instead because everybody on defense knows our guy is the focal point. But this offense is just keeping it simple. Let's just give our best player the football early in this game, and let's just get him into a rhythm.
We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half. Maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. One more snap coming before halftime. Right back to the well. And he doesn't find much running room, a short gain on the play. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Guys, hard to believe we're a full month into the season. A lot of action in college football here in Week 4. And leading things off, we take a look at Miami, taking on the number 14 team, the Ohio State Buckeyes. And it's the Hurricanes with a greedy...
Oh, what vision! He's going to get loose! They won't get him! It's a touchdown!
Hey, man, I don't know what they talked about at the half, man, but this team is rolling, doing an unbelievable job getting the football, putting it in the end zone again, and how about the defense doing their job, Palmer? Momentum is crazy in college football, but here in the second half, they've come out and seized it.
Yeah, this has been a masterclass in complementary football. Offense doing their job, the defense getting off the field, giving it back to the offense, everything going their way, and you're right. In college football, we see momentum shifts all the time.
He's got it, Allen. There he goes. Open it up. They won't get him. It's a touchdown. Well, maybe they thought if they kicked it into the end zone that he wouldn't dare bring it back. Instead, he just dared them to tackle him, and nobody could. What an explosive return.
Yeah, and those guys got so much speed, they ain't scared. And you could tell, takes it out, good blocking, give him a little crease, and you could see the speed. You don't put slow guys back deep. You don't see Jesse Palmer returning kicks. No. You see the fast guys, and you see an open space, and boom, he's gone.
Coming out with it, it's Sategna. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone, and he's knocked down at the 10. The Sooners will get things going on offense as they head onto the field. They torched this defense with an explosive passing play for a score last time out. Let's see if they go right back at him. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
Really good job by the defense, seeing it and going and getting it. Nice job understanding the touch pass. It could happen. Those guys go in motion, man. I got to understand, safety's got to see that, start flying down, getting ready to play that. Nice job by the defense being ready for that play.
The Sooners now with a long way to go to pick up the first down. Looking for a man. It's Mateer. Using the back as a receiver on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed.
That's really good eye discipline by the safety. Great job not getting his eyes lost. It looks like pass immediately. He locks in on the running back. He sees the screen develop, fires upfield, pulls the trigger, and makes the tackle.
And his throw is incomplete.
I want to give a shout out to the defense there on third down, doing a really nice job disguising their coverage because it looked like they confused the quarterback on third down. Really nice job getting back into that zone and making sure that ball falls incomplete.
Guys, look at this. They're going to gamble and go for it here on 4th and long. Might be changing the route. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Rush is on him, and he's not going to be able to wedge his way there. The defense with the stop.
Man, that takes some serious onions. Backed up inside your own 10, and you're going for it on 4th down. No dice. Offense now set up in easy position to get a score.
A first down run on the doorstep. Nothing doing, and he was lucky to get back to the line of scrimmage at 2nd and goal.
And I'm good with it. I like what the offense is doing. Be physical. I don't need to get pass happy down here on 1st and goal. Nice job believing in my running game, and maybe I stick to it for another play or two.
Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He steps and powers and works his way. They finally get him down to the 2.
Never getting stopped on that 2nd down. Don't be surprised if the offense hands it off to him again here at the goal line on 3rd.
3rd and goal, and let's see if they can even operate in this noise.
This guy just has a nose for the end zone, and you love his ability to find creases, use his speed in the open field, and go score. He's been really good for his offense early this year. That already his 5th rushing touchdown on the season.
And with the extra point, they push the lead out a little further. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And finish the deal with the short touchdown run from the 2. Fielded in the end zone, it's Sategna. Just able to get out to the 18-yard line on the return before he stopped. Here come the Sooners ready to go on offense. They're looking at a 21-point hole. There's still time to do some work, but there's also no time to waste. He'll be stopped just short of the 20 at the 19. Give him 1.
And we knew the linebackers were the strength of this defense, but coming in the offense, man, they felt really good about their running back. And so far, man, it's been a fun matchup to watch, but advantage to these guys that have been filling gaps, scraping.
Ball is loose. And he gets back on top of it, and a first disaster. And let's hold on just a minute here as the officials are going to have a second look. So the officials take a closer look, and the replay booth will overturn the call. And this offense just can't afford not to get the first down here. Already trailing big, and the clock is not their friend. Wants to throw. It's Mateer. Fires to the wideout. Makes a connection. They stay aggressive and push their way out to the 33, and it's first down.
And obviously trailing in this football game now in the second half, this is exactly what they talked about at halftime. We've got to create...
Picked off. What a play to set him up. Takes it the other way. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. Took it all the way back to the house.
And man, this they don't just turn people over. You've already seen them scoop up a fumble, take it back to the house, now an interception, and take it back to the house. They make big plays, and they put that thing in the end zone.
The kick is up and good, and put one more on the lead. And he's not going to take the touchback. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Time for this Sooner offense to go back to work. Well, the good news is they threw a touchdown pass last time. It was just to the wrong team, Jesse.
Well, that's an unfortunate part of the game for quarterbacks. But
oh, he's got some space. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27. And the Sooners want to pick up the tempo.
And we talked about this guy coming into the game, man. He's a...
And the defense, they've got him at the 27.
And the defense is finally able to find an answer for this quarterback's legs. He's been killing them early in the game, already over 40 yards rushing. Here we are now, though, in the second half. And it looks like they've made a few adjustments. That time, they were able to get in the backfield, get to him, and bring him to the ground.
The Sooners will have it 1st and 10. Gets the back moving. Dropping back, it's Mateer. Oh, they're after him. Finds a man on the right. And he's down at the 41. That's a first down.
I know the offense is down by a lot here in the second half. You just need one big play, though, to spark the offense, get the confidence going, and they may have found it right there in that completion. Good throw, good catch. Now we got to keep it going.
And they couldn't make the connection on the long shot.
And I think that right there has been one of the biggest stories of this game so far. The reason this team trails is they can't get one of their best players the football in the passing game. This guy's a weapon. He eats defenses alive each and every week and has yet to make one catch in this game.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll send the back in motion. On second down, he'll try to make the connection this time. It's a fumble. Defense falls on the ball. Going to be a turnover. And he had an opportunity. There to make something out of nothing, but things just got sideways and the ball came free.
I just like the effort on defense, okay? They couldn't get to the quarterback initially in the pocket. He starts scrambling, and they don't quit. You saw all of the effort of everybody pursuing the QB, catching up to him, and then creating the fumble. Awesome job.
Looking for space. It's Walton. Breaks into the open. Touchdown, Notre Dame! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
You know, sudden change situations are so interesting because oftentimes in that kind of instance, you get the ball back on a turnover and offenses are trying to take a shot looking for the home run touchdown. But that time, they just turned around and handed it off. It was a more conservative play call, David, but it gave them the same desired result.
Well, and it's kind of crazy. When you force that turnover, everybody goes bananas. The sideline's going nuts. You get a little bit of extra juice, and then they hand the football off, and everybody does their job. They capitalize on it. Momentum swings happen so fast in college football.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Looking to throw, it's Mateer. Fires it. Got his man on the right. Ripping through the defense. Makes the grab in their space. And he was off to the races. Finally tripped up at the 36.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
He lets it fly. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Great job by the defense not falling asleep on that play. Like, you're right there in that fringe area, this part of the field where offenses will get a little bit aggressive and try to throw the football because they kind of think the field's shrinking. It's harder to run. Nice job staying on it, staying disciplined, and executing by this defense.
Quarterback floating away from pressure. Took a shot as he threw. And they can't make the connection, and 3 quarters are in the books as we head to the 4th. So will the beatdown continue, or is this a comeback for the ages in store? We'll see as we start the 4th. With the break, they had a little extra time to dial something up for this 3rd down play. Just keeps slinging it. Looking to the big tight end. He makes the catch. He's finally stopped and brought down at the 15. The Sooners peeled off a huge chunk of yardage through the air and now back to the line. Looking to pass inside the red zone. Makes the pass. Pulls it in the end zone. Touchdown, Oklahoma! The result of this game is going to sting for sure, but you've got to continue to build, you've got to improve, and you can take some positives out of this late hustle and build for next week.
There's always positives, and coaches are always looking for those things that we did well. What did we do well so we can do more of it in the future? Finding some things here late that they did well.
Fielded in the end zone. It's Young. He stopped short of the 20 at the 19 and probably wishes he'd just taken the touchback. Here comes the Fighting Irish out to get this drive started. They had this thing in a hammerlock at halftime, and now they are really ratcheting up the pressure, David.
And I tell you what, this offense doesn't have to change a thing, Palmer. They've done what they wanted in the first half and starting off the second half in the same fashion.
And I like how they're letting different guys get involved, too. They've got so many different playmakers all over the field.
And I like a good check down as much as anybody. Survey the field, don't make a mistake, check it down to your running back, let him do the rest. But there was two guys right next to him. So that was actually a little bit of a dangerous throw, but you could tell.
There's a crease. Just gashing this defense, a big gainer to the 40-yard line. One big play, and you go from a little backed up to threatening. It's 1st and 10 from the 40. Throwing, Carr. He'll take a shot. Now one falls out of bounds, incomplete.
I'm a little bit surprised they're still throwing the football here this late in the game with this kind of lead. They're on 1st down, taking a shot, falls incomplete, but obviously they're still seeing matchups that they want to take advantage of in the back end of this defense, so they're letting it fly.
To throw, it's Carr. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on 2nd down. They're staring at 3rd.
I spent time with a lot of coaches when you got a huge lead in the 4th quarter and they say run the football and run the clock out. And I've seen a lot of other coaches that say, listen, they get paid to stop us. It's their job to try to stop us. And apparently they live in the second world as this coach.
Keeping it on the ground inside. It's Walton. Brought down at the 37-yard line, and this defense denies them on 3rd down. Now wait just a second here. I don't see the kicker coming out. I think they're going to go for it here. Carr to throw for it on 4th. The sweet feet keeping the play alive. Showing the bravado, throwing it back to the right. Intercepted to stop the threat. The Sooner offense returns to the field. We've certainly seen better performances from this group. You have to hope that they'll grow from this, but this is going to be one that they're going to kick themselves over for a while. Wants to throw on 1st down. Blasted as he lets it go. It's incomplete, and trust me, you will not see that very often from this guy. It's 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. It's complete on the right side. He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. And the Sooners want to move quickly. To the ground to try to move the chains. Turning it on. Good call, good execution as they move the chains, and they have a 1st down at the 38.
Well, it's a nice change-up call on offense because obviously in the 4th quarter, you're down by a bunch of points, and everybody in the stadium is expecting you to throw it to get back in the game. So you dial up the run play, and you get a huge gainer. Hopefully that can give this offense the momentum they need to try to scrape and claw back into this one.
And this is dropped. Incomplete pass. He had a huge gain in his fingers, and he couldn't hold on. What will they dial up on 2nd, and a long way to go? Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw. It's Mateer. Bears the pressure. Complete to the right. Knocked down immediately, but a big gain down to the 45. The Sooners are moving quickly down the field. To the air on 1st down. He'll take a deep shot here. Grabs it inside the 10. And he eluded the defense, and he'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Sooners!
We're in the second half of this game. You're trailing, David. No surprise there. You got to throw the ball to the guys that are making plays for you. He had already had a touchdown catch. That's number 2 now. If they're going to get back in this game, they got to keep throwing him the ball.
Amen. I mean, keep finding him. He keeps making plays, keeps catching the football. And listen, when you find that matchup outside that works, that you can depend on, I don't blame quarterbacks for going back to them time and time again.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. Notre Dame comes onto the field ready to go to work. After that last possession, the interception, which did lead to a touchdown, might want to mix in a few more running plays with this big lead here. This time they stop him behind the line of scrimmage, and boy, that has been rare in this one.
It's going to be tough sledding for the offense here. They're trying to ice this game by running the football and bleeding the clock. They've got a pretty good lead here late in the game, but the defense knows the run's coming, right? So they're going to be loading the line of scrimmage, getting stops like what they just did. Be interesting to see what the offense does on this next one.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Here's Carr to throw. Under fire. Picked off. A turnover in their own end. Got some room to run. Touchdown, Oklahoma! A pick six!
Love to see the defense still fighting hard this late in the game. Great job jumping the route, catching it, takes it back for a touchdown. Not too much time to celebrate, though. You're still trailing in this game. Still got some work to do, but no doubt that play is going to give this defense a little bit more confidence.
Bring it out. It's Perez. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. They'll get this drive going from the 17. Snags it quickly on the left. Pickup of 8. It's now 2nd and 2.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
Carr. Not able to hook up there, incomplete.
And we need more of this from this defense, man. They have let this guy have too much time to throw the football. They haven't gotten that jersey dirty yet, haven't sacked him. But this is just as good as a sack. Getting to him, hitting him, letting him feel the physicality of this game, and not letting him feel comfortable.
Sooner Nation bearing down on this offense on this huge 3rd down play. Doesn't quite make it to the 1st down marker. He's a yard short. Now a timeout called by the Sooners. That's their first. Gives them a little time to dig deep in the play sheet and figure out what to do on 4th down. They already have a comfortable lead up by multiple possessions, but they're going to go for it here on 4th down. And he will not get there. How about this defense stopping that run short?
That's a gutsy call. And I know the analytics world says to go for it more often, but when you're in your own territory and now you turn the football over to the other team, points are so much easier to get. Obviously, I know, Jesse, it didn't take a color commentator to figure that out.
Back to throw, it's Mateer. Unloads to the right. Intercepted, big play, stops the drive. He'll go down right there, but what a big play to come up with that turnover.
Well, man, we've seen explosive offensive firepower all game long, and here we are late in an obvious passing situation trying to get this thing close. The big INT, finally the defense makes a play, and David, it looks like they just closed the door on this one.
Well, and you know, Mr. Quarterback, defense wins championships. And how do you seal a game? The defense coming up with a big moment. Yes, obvious passing situation. You know they're going to throw it. The big INT, and that might seal their fate.
It's a great play there by the defense, stopping that run. But now with less than a minute to go, you got to use your timeout. You got to try and conserve as much clock as possible to give yourself a chance to win.
Right back to him on the ground. The Sooners call timeout, and that's their last one. And now they are powerless to stop the clock with a timeout. Listen to this crowd just shaking the girders of this place, trying to help their defense. Takes the handoff. It's Walton. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
That's how you come up and make plays as a defense, man. Playing physical, playing downhill. They've given up some plays today, man. He's got over 100 yards on the day. He's really had some success. But on that play, really downhill, really physical, and a nice job getting him to the ground.
Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stops. So the first play of the drive will come from the 43. Back to throw, it's Mateer. Bringing the heat. And the defense stops him just short of the first down. Maybe needed a few more chain links to move the sticks. They're looking to throw on second and short. And the heat gets home. They knock him down back at the 45. They'll use the timeout. 6 seconds left on the clock. After this, it'll be a wrap. Handoff from the gun. And he was able to run through one tackle, but still only a modest gain.